Welcome to the Mindset Mentor segment on today's Smart Chiropractor show. Today we are going to ask the question, does my mission matter? Jason and I were talking pre-roll. I don't think there's anybody out there that hasn't asked themselves this question. Does my mission matter? It's a very important question to ask, maybe even more so than answer. And Jason, this is a wide and deep conversation, but how are you thinking about this ever important question?
Well, it is the question. It came to me last week as, we're preparing for each and every week. What can we say? What can we ask? What can we do to evoke something that's going to get you to pause for a moment, pay attention, and make sure you're on track. Make sure that all the boxes are checked and that you are on the pathway to your dream practice. And one of the questions that came up for me was, how important is it to live your mission? When it comes to healthcare especially, but when it comes to any business, people go into business for a variety of different reasons. But at the end of the day, there tends to be one master that you can serve and one master only. And when I say master, I mean, are you in business to serve other people? Are you there to share and give out of your abundance, regardless of the results of your business? Or are you there to turn as large of a profit as you possibly can at all costs and do whatever you need to do to maximize your revenue, maximize your impact, and minimize your expenses? The question is, what is your master? Are you purpose-driven, as some people would call it? Or are you profit motivated, as some people will call it? And we're not here to judge one way or the other. A business is designed to be profitable. That is the definition of what a business is supposed to do. But as Jeff and I were really kind of preparing for this segment and so on, the one thing that comes up when it comes to the healthcare industry, specifically chiropractic care, is that it changes things. If you opened up a retail store, if you were a medical doctor, if you were an accountant, if you did something that required you to pay for something and then resell it, there would be much more of sort of an investment to go, wait, I paid this amount. I need to make at least this amount, if not a profit also. But it gets a little bit weird and scrambled up when you're dealing with people, your heart, your interest in serving other people with your hands and your information. And I say that because most people become chiropractors not because they want to run a business, but because they want to help people. And when there's no sort of physical costs of a product involved, or cost of goods sold, as they'd call it in business, when you have the ability to be able to lay your hands on someone in the right way, at the right time, in the right place, because of your specialized knowledge, and help them live and lead a higher quality of life, in some cases save their lives altogether, then it becomes a little bit messy in our minds in terms of what is the master that we're serving. So really, question number one to ask yourself, you don't have to answer it necessarily, you can if you want to, is, does my mission matter? What master am I serving? Is this about building as big of a business with as much revenue as I possibly can? And, if I thought I should do it this way, but that way is more profitable, I'll do it the more profitable way. Or did you have a moment in time when you decided to become a chiropractor? If you'll pause for a moment and just think, reflect back, in that whole movie, that movie thing, think back to the time you said, I think I'm going to become a chiropractor. I'm going to go to chiropractic school. The moment you made that decision, you were saying, and decision means to decide or to cut off from. When you decide to do one thing, you are cutting yourself off from all other possibilities. Those are called opportunity costs. And the fact is, if you're a chiropractor, you made a decision to not do an unlimited number of other things in order to do this thing called chiropractic. And I want to just pause for a moment and ask you, What was the feeling you had? What was the thing? What was the idea, the emotion, the reason, the vision that you had that gave you that crazy notion that all other decisions are off the table because I am committing my life to going to chiropractic school, getting out, and becoming a chiropractor? Can you remember what drove you to do this in the first place? And then the second question I'll ask is, are you doing that? You went through school, you accumulated probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt, if not paid it already. And now you're in practice, you're in business, you have the opportunity to serve. My question is, are you practicing your purpose? Or has your business stolen your dream practice? Have you gotten into the place that many chiropractors do unfortunately get to? And they go, I know I went into this for these reasons, but I've got a mortgage, I've got a family, I've got to save for college for my kids, weddings for my daughters, I've got bills to pay, responsibilities, parents, you name it. The money is really what I need to earn most right now at the expense of your dream, the expense of your passion, at the expense of your mission. And it's not uncommon. Many of us fall victim to that circumstance. It's a real circumstance when you have financial responsibilities you've got to get to month after month after month after month. And so that's the question. Do you have something stirring in your soul that says, I wish I could practice this way. I wish I didn't have to do these things. I wish my business could be different. And if you feel that, then we should talk. Because what Jeff and I are bringing out, and the reason we keep over and over and over and over and over, almost in a recurring way, talking about recurring revenue, is because we believe, in fact, I'll dare say we know, that the key to your freedom moving forward in your practice, to being able to practice what you originally wanted to practice for, to be able to serve the way you wanted to serve, adjust the way you wanted to adjust, work where you want to work, with who you want to work, as much or as little as you want to work, with the people you do or don't want to work with, the payers you do or don't want to work with. To have that kind of freedom, it can only happen in one of two ways. Either you are born independently wealthy and were fortunate enough to hit some sort of lottery ticket where you don't need the money and you can do this purely for the pleasure of it, or, like just about everybody else, you have to set up your business in a way that finances or supports your dream, that is there to be able to have the resources for you to be able to express the way you want to express your profession, your expertise, your skill set, your art, your craft, your knowledge. Again, the reason you chose to become a chiropractor. And there's a spectrum of reasons. Everybody did it for slightly different reasons. I remember I used to teach chiropractic philosophy at Life West for quite a few years. And I remember in the very beginning, I would go around the room when everybody was there and everybody would take their turn answering the question, why did you decide to become a chiropractor? What motivated you? And you'd hear everything from, well, I had a health scare and a chiropractor saved me. I had an injury or pain. A chiropractor saved me. I had a family member, friend, whose life was saved with chiropractic, and I wanted to do that for other people. Some ghosts go, it was a good business. Other go, I'm not sure how I got here, but I'm here. Other people say it was a mission and a calling. When I learned about the big idea, when I learned about helping people release their own ability to heal themselves without drugs, surgeries, and all the other insanity that is so excessively used. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's excessively used. What was your dream? What was that little stimulus, that idea that stirred your soul into becoming a chiropractor? And are you living your dream? And if you're not, then let's talk monthly recurring revenue. Let's talk, what do you need to do to be able to set your business up in a way that you can generate enough monthly recurring revenue to cover some, eventually all, of your monthly recurring expenses so that you are then free. You know, one of the most popular excuses I hear from chiropractors and their lack of living their dream, their lack of being, quote, successful, is they go, well, the problem is they never taught us anything in chiropractic school about business. That's the problem. Well, let me make up for all of that and eliminate your excuse. Here's what you need to know about business. This is what you need to know about business. Every dollar you earn above your expenses is called your profit. Once you've met your expenses, the money above that is your profit. And yes, you want to earn as much profit as you possibly can. Let's remember, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. And how much you keep has to do with making sure you've met your monthly expenses. And the reason Jeff and I have literally pivoted our business and our mindset to be able to address this exact issue is because most chiropractors we've spoken to and seen over the decades we've been doing this have fallen victim to needing more new patients every single month. It's been exhausting listening to chiropractors reply back to us. That's a great idea. We should do that. That would be wonderful for the profession. That would be wonderful for people. We should do it, but I need more new patients now. I can't afford to do those things because I need more new patients. And if that sounds like you or anybody you know, then you know that that is a problem, because if you can't afford to practice the way you want to, if you can't afford to tell your truth, if you have pivoted your ideas and ideals, your procedures and your processes in order to just focus on what's easiest and most profitable, there's a good chance you're going to at some point lead to what they call as burnout, emotional burnout. The frustration of saying, why am I working this hard and doing this much just to be on the treadmill of covering my expenses, hopefully. And the reason that happens is because of your business model, not because of your business intelligence, not because of how smart or good of a chiropractor you are. It is specifically your business model. And the one thing we've noticed in the chiropractic profession that is lagging, trailing behind the rest of the modern world is this concept of generating monthly recurring revenue. The most successful, most profitable businesses in the world today, in many ways, adopt this concept of memberships and subscriptions so that people can generate monthly recurring revenue. You see it on Amazon, subscribe and save. You see it at all kinds of new businesses, including healthcare businesses. Join our membership. And that is a new and fresh way for you to be able to attract clients who actually want to work with you on a consistent basis and become a member of your practice, or sometimes even better, be able to offer people the products they're already buying anyway, but they should be buying from you, that you could be providing for them conveniently, drop ship to their door month after month after month, usually some sort of vitamin or supplement that most people are taking every day. We're not talking about the therapeutic stuff. We're talking about those essential fundamentals, basics, the things that everybody should be taking every day. You probably take it yourself. You probably recommend it regularly when they ask, but you probably don't have the systems and technology set up for you to start generating monthly recurring revenue to cover your monthly recurring expenses so that you can be the chiropractor you've always wanted to be, so that you can practice in the style you want to, with the people you want to, at the pace you want to, where you want to, when you want to. That's what we call freedom. And it all starts by asking this very simple question: does your mission matter? If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's fine. Be honest with yourself, because if it does, then let's work together, Jeff, myself, our team, you, and your team, and let's put together a monthly recurring revenue machine that's going to meet your monthly recurring expenses, so you've got the freedom. The rest of the money you earn is profit. That means if you want to work more and profit more, you can. If you want to work less and profit less, you can. But it's all profit because you've met your monthly recurring expenses. That is the way to think about your business today and moving forward. It's the way to eliminate that need for new patients month after month after month. Once you are able to get to a place where you go, hey, It's the first of the month. We're processing all the credit card payments we need to in order to cover our expenses, or much of it or some of it. That slowly starts decreasing your stress. And the less stressful you are, the happier you are, and the better chiropractor you are, the better business owner you are, the better parent, spouse, person, the better you will feel about yourself when you can get out of that monthly financial stress. Nobody likes it. It's there. It's a reality. And we just talked about the way you can solve it. Jeff, we've been having this conversation for a while. People need to read our new book coming out, The Payday Practice. What are your thoughts on mission, purpose, that inspiration that stirs us into making that crazy choice to become a chiropractor and dedicate our lives to making a difference in other people's lives? What's your take on it?
There's easier professions out there if your sole goal is to make money.
For the money.
So I don't think there's any question about that, and most chiropractors can definitely understand that and hopefully get a little chuckle. But the gist of it is, much of the world is moving towards a membership model. If in one way it's coming full circle, chicken and egg, where did it start? You think back to patrons, artists in the 1500s, and they were on retainer, and then everybody sold their work fee for service, a la carte, for hundreds of years. Think about an insurance company. As much as we might loathe them, they have a membership-based model where they take the money each and every month. They never want to dole it back out. The beauty of being a healthcare provider is that you get to deliver fantastic service and never shortchange anybody. So the crazy part is 99, I don't know the stat, but 99.9% of chiropractors having 99.9% of their income generated on a fee for service. It's just super vulnerable, and the world has changed. I mean, it is changing, but it already has changed. So it doesn't mean you need to totally change everything you're doing in your practice. It doesn't mean you need to do anything you don't want to do. As a matter of fact, it just means you need to dig deeper. You need to understand, what am I really providing? What, to your point, Jason, what is my mission? What am I really trying to accomplish on behalf of my patients, with my patients, hand in hand with my patients? What am I delivering? What is the outcome and the goal that I want for them? And what is the outcome and the goal that I want for me? Once you establish that, now it's pretty easy. And we've talked to chiropractors, subluxation-based chiropractors, rehab-based chiropractors, sports chiropractors, you name it, that have begun to get these puzzle pieces of memberships and subscriptions together. So it doesn't matter if you believe that doesn't apply to me in my practice. That's an excuse. I'll just call it exactly what it is. If you want to bury your head in the sand, well, you can do that, but you're going to miss the opportunity and potentially suffer at the expense of that choice. So the point right now is not that you need to dramatically know everything or take every single step. The point is, now is the time to start collecting information, start learning about how to take those action steps. And I guess my challenge would be for everybody listening and watching, over the next week or so, take stock. Identify, as Jason asked, what is your mission? What are you really trying to accomplish professionally and personally? And once you establish that, now it starts to become, and we're going to lay out the process in the coming weeks and months, and certainly within the book, The Payday Practice as well. But now you can start to reverse engineer, what are products, services, membership options that I can empower my patients to take advantage of that'll help them achieve that goal longer, faster, quicker, however you want to define that. And that is really, really, really what it comes down to. And of course, it's always going to be, you'll start with 0 members and then you'll go to 1. So it's not about closing your doors today and opening up a totally different business tomorrow. Right now, it's just about opening your mind a little bit, understanding what's new, what's out there, and ultimately how it can serve you and your patients in the best manner moving forward. So now is the time to start thinking about it. Tomorrow, maybe not literally tomorrow, but tomorrow is the time to take action. Right now is the time to start thinking about it. We hope to be able to guide that process for as many docs as possible over the coming weeks and months. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below. Thank you so much for watching this video on the Smart Chiropractor. To not miss a single thing that's clinically oriented, marketing oriented, or more, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel today.